Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I made this cover. It has leg gussets for catching the poop and everything. So I'm making a one size cover and it is with snaps. So I'm going to start with all the materials. I already have my pattern here. I'm using the same pattern that I have for my one size pocket diaper. The only difference is I'm leaving wings which are gonna serve as a pocket, and it is an inch on the side, and also for the gusset is around 3 inches. It's a curved end, so it's kind of hard to tell exactly how much it is. I'm using my snaps that I get online on the website, so I'm gonna put all the websites for the materials. I'm also using some scraps of POL that I will be used for the pocket, or just, I mean, you can use it or not, it's depending on how you like your diapers. So I cut out 2 of them, and I will be also using elastic. I'm using the 3/8 and it's just braided elastic. I will be using my thread as well, just the matching colors. So I'm gonna take this, I cut it like, it's a piece of POL that I cut on the size of the lower and upper tab, you know, where all the buttons are. So I'm gonna start by closing this gap here, and I'm just gonna join them together, wrong size up. So I'm gonna sew the POL, and this will help me create the little pocket. I'm also going to, at this point, I'm going to add the mark for the snaps. I'm going to place the snap as well. You can check my tutorial on how to add snaps in your diapers, and it is pretty simple, or you can just use the elastic. It's up to you. So I'm going to do the same thing on the back of the diaper, on the upper part. I'm going to join these 2 parts together. And this is not really necessary. You can actually adjust the size of the scrap POL that we're adding. Now that I have this, I'm gonna mark where my back elastic will be, and this is just to create, you know, like that elastic that goes on your baby's back so everything stays in. So I measure that, and it's 5 inches or 12 centimeters. And I'm gonna also measure my elastic, and I'm gonna cut it in half. I'm gonna start working on the gussets, and they're pretty simple to make, and I know a lot of people like them because they catch everything. I will also measure the inner curve here, and that is where the regular elastic for the diaper usually is, and also cut it in half because you're gonna use it on the other side as well. And I'm gonna start by making a little pocket where I'm gonna enclose my elastic, and this is just for the gusset. So I'm just gonna make sure I sew perfectly good here. You can do a zigzag stitch or straight stitch, and I'm gonna pull it to the other side and make a little pocket as well. Just leave a little gap at the end, that way you can sew, because you're gonna have to close it that way. Make a pocket for the elastic, that way it will stretch and form the gusset. So just start like that, and then pull the elastic in your fabric and keep it straight. Try not to catch the elastic so it won't you know, ruin the diaper, or you will have to start over. As you can tell, I already have mine. And now I'm gonna place the elastic like any other diaper will do. So I'm just gonna make the same thing. I'm gonna make a little pocket in here, and I'm just gonna secure with a zigzag stitch just to make sure that it will not go on the other side, or will just snap. And on the other side, I'm gonna make a little pocket as well, just trying to follow the line. That's why I mark it inside, so I don't leave lines outside. So I'm just going to go ahead and close it this way, and as you can tell, I already have it. And this is the tricky part, because you gotta keep it on the same place, and just, you know, leave enough gap for the gusset. So I just kind of peek inside, try to follow the line, and if you're really experienced at sewing, you kind of get the idea just by looking at it. So I'm just going to close this, and this is gonna be my outer elastic gap for the legs. As you can tell, I already have it, and the gusset is pretty much ready as well. So I'm going to just close it right here. I'm gonna place the gusset elastic with the other one, that way they are you know, it won't leak anything out. So I'm just gonna do a regular straight stitch here and on the other side as well. So I already have my little pocket there that is gonna catch everything, and what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna go ahead and add the snaps. I'm using this piece of POL just to add more support. And as I mentioned already, just go check out my tutorial. I'm showing you here real quick, but it's not really an explanation. It's just to show you that I was doing it. So I'm gonna close the whole diaper, the top part with the POL. I'm gonna go all the way to the elastic on the legs, and I'm gonna close that stitch there, and I'm gonna take off the remainings because I don't want a lot of bulkiness in my diapers. So now I'm gonna flip the POL on the right side, and this is pretty much done. I'm gonna poke the corners because I gotta stitch over, and I don't want them to just be bulky in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and start sewing all around the diaper, the top part, because I haven't finished the back part yet. So I'm gonna do this real quick, and you can also use that kind of elastic for the diapers. I rather do this method, just, you know, the flip over method. I don't know what it's called, honestly. I just like this one better. It works better for us than with the elastic. So that's what it looks like. Now I'm gonna take some of the elastic that I have. I'm gonna measure the back, remember those marks that I left, and I'm gonna fold in half and just cut one piece because I don't need two right now. So I'm going to go ahead and place my elastic. Just try to guide it with your fingers until you find the mark. As you can tell, I already found mine. So with a straight stitch, I'm gonna attach it to the POL, and I'm gonna go ahead to the other mark and sew in as well. This is gonna help us create that little pocket, and I'm gonna go ahead and just reinforce this one, and make sure to leave a little gap so that your elastic won't escape. Now I'm gonna go from the gusset, from the leg gusset, and I'm gonna sew all around. I'm gonna sew the tabs. I'm gonna finish this stitch. I already turned the corners, as you can tell, and I'm gonna go ahead and finish this. And when I get to the elastic, I'm just gonna pull the fabric and leave the little pocket so I don't sew over. I'm just gonna pull my fabric, my POL, my diaper, like this, and I'm gonna go straight and sew outside the elastic. Try not to catch it so I don't ruin it, and it will keep its elasticity. So I'm gonna go ahead, just pull pretty tight and leave a little gap in there, and finish up your diaper. Finish the tab, and you're pretty much done. The covers are really easy to make. They're fast. It doesn't take a lot of time, and they're a great solution if you don't want to be washing a bunch of diapers and just wash your inserts, you know. So I'm gonna finish this up. As you can tell, it's already done. I already added all the snaps that I needed. That's the back of the diaper, and this is what it looks like on the inside. You just need to put your insert. You can put it like that, which is not really, I mean, I cut it too big and it doesn't really cover, so I just put it on top of the cover. And or you can just cut that part a little smaller so it doesn't look like that. So this is what it looks like. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. It was pretty easy to make. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm gonna put the tutorials on my vlog. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you next time. Don't forget to check out the other tutorials. The links are below.